Going on, y'all? Happy Thursday, January 21st. And today we made 22% profit on trading Intel today. As you guys may have known, if you watched the watch list yesterday, we made a play on Intel with a 62.50 strike price, and we did not want to make that play, but we ended up doing it anyway for shits and giggles, and it hit. But funny enough, it actually hit prematurely. And I'll tell you why. But before I do, make sure you hit the like button and make sure you are subscribed and hit that bell notification to keep you updated when we get some videos out to you. And with that, let's go to it. So this is also for my newbie option traders out there that are just getting into it or just trying to get understand or grasp the concept of option trading. So yesterday we grabbed this 62.50 strike, expires March 19th call, and we got it for right here where it says average cost $183. Yes, it says $1.83, but remember each call or each contract is worth 100 shares. So you take the $1.83, multiply that by 100, it gives you $183. Now, the reason why I said it was kind of jacked up the way that we got this play and we actually made 122% was because Intel's earnings got leaked early. So we legitimately caught this play and sold out of this play 10 minutes, which was like around about 3:50 or 3:55 p.m., roughly like that, before the market closed. And sometimes that honestly does happen with companies where an earnings report gets leaked out a little bit too early or too prematurely, or the wrong numbers for their earnings report gets leaked out, and then the stock makes a reversal. In this case, it just got leaked out early. They did have an earnings beat. They did beat revenue, and they did provide positive guidance for the rest of 2021, and they're also increasing their dividend by 5%, which is kind of iffy because generally companies that increase their dividend are like kind of whining, depending on the company itself and depending on how high their dividend yield is. Like if it's anywhere higher than 7%, then that's a company that's basically trying to attract investors to them. And so but they did solid. Intel's a reputable company. I'm not taking that from them, but I think that they're also trying to use as many tools as they can to bring investors back to them, to give them to reinvest faith in the company. Because remember, AMD, they report on Tuesday. That's what I'm saying. Next week is going to be crazy. They report on Tuesday, and they capitalize off of Intel as well. Now, after hours, Intel was actually dropping, but because of the fact that that play hit within the last 10 minutes of market closing, and because Intel's reporting got leaked out, let's search for Intel real quick, we were able to capitalize off of that play. And you can see here that spike up right there. We hit it right there. It wasn't 63.39. It was a little bit less than that from on TD Bank's Thinkorswim platform. But yeah, we caught it right at that spike. And I was like, should I hold it? Is this true? So I was kept on my Twitter feed and it was confirmed. And so I ended up selling it. And it was only one play, y'all. Only one trade. It was one contract. We spent $183, made $225, which equals to 122 and 95%. We made altogether we got $225 profit, and total was $408. Simple. Very, very simple. We basically capitalized off of the time bonus of the contract and the fact that it was in the money because our strike price was 62.50, and as you honestly saw in the charts, it hit 63.39, and now you can see it's trading lower. It's at 59.50. So if we held that into the next day, and if tomorrow if we wake up and it stays at that $60 range, with that option play is going to be clapped. That option play is going to be pretty much not worth the same amount as what we got it for. So we made bank on that. And that was just one trade. One trade. Oh, but aside from that, everything else is pretty chill. I mean, the market, there was a lot of executive orders that were going out today. Biden, of course, doing this thing. You're gonna be hearing a lot of that throughout the week and actually for the next couple months. But the major thing that's going on right now and why the markets are rallying is because we all these positive earning reports. And so you're going to consistently see that happening, especially as we get into the rest of quarter one earnings. And we're going to see a lot of companies, a lot of investors rather, either pouring out of companies that are having bad earnings, or you're going to see a lot of investors piling into companies that have great earnings. And then we call that the earnings session rotation. So you're going to see a lot of that happening in the market. But like I said before, next week is truly going to be lit, and the weeks after that are truly going to be lit because you got a lot of big companies reporting next week, and we're going to go over that tomorrow night on our watch list, and I'll give you the list of the companies that are going to be reporting so you can set yourselves up. All right, well, tomorrow we have the GHIV merger finally, so we're going to see what happens with that with our calls and see if they come back to life. And yeah, we also before the market closed, I wanted to point this out, made a gamble. IBM also reported as well. They didn't do so good compared to Intel. Like they really did not do as well as Intel, unfortunately. See, they took a huge dip. They're down $9, and I'm hoping by tomorrow morning it comes back up at least a little bit so I can maybe take some of these off the table. I should have just kept it going with the two 150 calls, but I got greedy. And I was like, let me go in a little bit cheap. So I spent around the same amount, but I divided it up. I got a little bit more time. So that one expires in April. So I don't think I'm going to lose that much in value. But still. Now, mind you, I didn't buy that much. Only used, I think, $150 out of the profits in total, out of the total play that I gained back. So I mean, it is what it is. But we're gonna try and see if we can cut those losses short. But aside from that, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. There's really no other plays that I'm going to be looking at aside from the ones that we have. And like we said before, we have a lot of plays here that we have to work with, and the earnings season is just getting started. So I hope you guys are getting your shit together and you are prepared. You got a plan. You're setting up your long term. You're setting aside funds. You're doing whatever it is that you need to do to get this bread because there's money to be made out here, ladies and gentlemen. But with that, I'll leave y'all to it. I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. Peace. Keep it locked. And much love.